Okay, so this is part two. Hopefully you've already watched the opening video where we looked at the particular experiment, and then in part one we looked at identifying variables and then how we use those variables to create an aim and a hypothesis. If you haven't, check that one out. So now that we've worked out what the experiment's going to be about, we're testing does temperature affect the rate that tablet's dissolved, then we need to come up with an experiment. So firstly we're going to have our materials, and we're going to have a list of those materials. So in this case, there's some little, some conventions that you have to remember when you're writing materials. One, we like to see the materials with a heading, so materials, and then any number less than 10 we write in words. Any number greater than 10 we write in numbers, okay? Except if it's attached to a unit of measurement, and then we always keep it as numbers, okay? So we've got our 250ml beaker, we've got the 9 tablets, the thermometer and a stopwatch, and that's all the materials that we needed, so that's the only materials that we listed. Then we go on to the method. So in the method, you probably would have seen them written like this in a textbook, or maybe your teacher's given you a piece of paper, that it will have set up a Bunsen burner heating apparatus as shown in figure 1, 450 ml of water into a 250ml beaker and heat to 55 degrees Celsius, like a recipe. However, once you've done the experiment, we want to know exactly how you did it in case we need to repeat it and see if we need to validate your results. So I've written that out for you here. So these are the methods written in past tense, okay? So if we read, set up a Bunsen burner heating apparatus as shown in figure 1, we now write a Bunsen burner heating apparatus was set up as shown in figure 1, okay? So the was indicates that it was past tense, and set up says present tense or do in the future. So we want to make sure all of them are now in the past because that's how we did it. So a 250ml beaker was filled up. Once the temperature cooled to 50 degrees, 1 Alka-Seltzer tablet was dropped into the solution, and so on. You also notice that there's no I or we, anything like that. Okay, we take those personal pronouns out. And then we always make sure we include a diagram. If you don't know how to draw a beautiful scientific diagram, check out my video on that. Otherwise, we can include a photo of your apparatus. Make sure that's set up nicely. But again, under a diagram, we need to include a figure or caption. So every diagram or photo or graph is a figure, and then a table is called a table. Okay? So that's it from part 2. I hope that was a really clear rundown of the materials section and the method section and how to write that succinctly and how to include a diagram in your report. Again, give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Make sure you subscribe. Bye.